done to death and left him bleeding.
Yeah.
Family see. Pass his casket, jailer ask him. Behind the G. My homeboy's doing like he's married. Mama.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about this one right here.
Probably asked that question. With my daddy at?
Yo, it's your boy SB Hot Star. We're here on the HTG podcast where anything goes. Who y'all in the building?
Real one and only, gorgeously red.
Killer KJ.
Yeah. Killer.
Gorgeously red.
Red, gorgeously.
William Coke in the house.
Oh, wow.
Coke in the house.
Welcome back.
Uncle William.
Where you been hiding at, sir?
Just been chilling, man. You already know.
You just been chilling. But that's good. Honeycomb hideout. You feel me? Well, welcome to the HTG podcast where anything goes. We got a special guest in the building. Bro, can you introduce yourself to the people?
Davon Mungu.
Hey.
We got Davon Mungu. Mungu.
Meaning of
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we about to get to it, bro. We about to get to it. Most definitely, we gonna get to it. We got Davon in the building. Appreciate you coming, bro.
appreciate y'all.
Hey, look, we got 5 rules on this podcast, on the HTG podcast, and anything goes. First rule is to be yourself. Second rule is to have fun. And rule 3, 4, 5 is drink. So we're gonna take a shot for the podcast right now.
Shots up, baby.
Oh yeah, y'all, wow.
You know that sister thing going on already.
Okay. Hey, so we got Davon Mungu in the building. Hey, bro, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, where you from, what you represent?
Well, I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
I'm 34. I represent, trying to be a black mentor right now.
Okay.
That's what I want to, that's one of my titles, an author, mentor. I call it a conscious mentor because I think that part of mentoring kids and, teenagers is, let them know who they really are so they can know where they're going. So, I call myself a conscious mentor.
Okay.
And an author.
And the author. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get all that good stuff, bro.
Excited.
Yeah, I listen. I want to shout. Second podcast, I believe, of February, which is Black History Month, which is just black. This is Black History Year. You know what I'm saying? So, right now we got somebody from Baltimore, Maryland, transplant down here to South.
Basically, who I thought I was anyway.
That's who you thought you was. So, you'll say like violence. You'll say that would it be definitely the community that you grew up in, like seeing things or where you going most of the places? Like, describe Baltimore to me, where you grew up at.
Baltimore is, it's a little different than South Carolina because, everywhere, like me and the brother was discussing earlier, everywhere got, your hoods, your projects, your slums, but I think Baltimore is just different because people will kill you for nothing.
Yeah.
So you learn, don't play with nobody. You learn to just be quick to, do what you got to do. I grew up fighting since a youngin'. I used to run. If there's too many on my run.
Yeah.
My mother made me go back out there and fight. She said, you're going to fight them all. I don't care if you lose. You're not going to come in this house running for nobody. I don't care how many of you.
So you was born in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Until what age did you move?
14. I'm over here 14. And, I came down here with that same mentality. Thinking, I can be the same way. And now, you can't really do it. Because up there, a lot of people get away with a lot of stuff. You got people that kill people and never get caught. I used to think that was a cool thing, when you young and you grow up in that environment, you think it's cool to, I come from a place where everybody killing. When you grow up and become a man, you realize that's stupid. But when you young, you think that's, I I seen a lot of crazy things, and I'm thinking, you know, I seen dudes get killed, robbed, stabbed, shot, everything. So I started doing that later on. You know, I wanted to stab people, shoot people, fight people. You know, think if I had a name for myself, that's how I'm supposed to be.
Not thinking about none of them consequences.
Not really killing.
Mhm.
You don't really care about the consequences because you think I can deal with it. It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. I go jail, I go jail, I get killed, I get killed. You thinking that's how it goes?
So your transition from Baltimore to South Carolina, how did it go?
It was kind of rough for me because I didn't like South Carolina because it was kind of slow. You know, you can't really do what you want to do. You know, they'll lock you up fast now here.
Right.
You know, and everything a little more spread out. So it was a little rough because that's what I was used to. But you know, this is my home away from home now.
Right.
So I love it now.
So you went south side, right?
I'm in the south side. Greenville High too.
Yeah,
I got put out of South Side. They don't want me there no more.
Yeah. You got this some south side alumni, and yeah, they were one right there, south side.
What grade were you before you got put out?
I was in ninth grade at South Side.
Sounds familiar.
Yo.
Cash out.
What's up with
Well, how did you start adjusting to South Carolina since it was slower than where you came
You
from?
know,
Oh, your shot right there.
just making, creating relationships with people, start hanging out a little bit. I was living in West Greenville, so I was hanging out in West Greenville. Got involved in a West Side, South Side boost.
It's my boy on my little right now.
Yeah.
A lot of it was going
So
on.
you already had family down here then?
Yeah.
From Boston.
My mother was born here, my grandma was from here, they from Nicholtown and Fieldcrest and things like that. Yeah. So, yeah, we already had family down here. My stepfather got killed. So, and my father died. So we moved down here after that. So, my mother just wanted to make a better life for us, because, living in West Greenville ain't that much better. It's better. So, it wasn't that bad. I just treated it as if it was terrible because I just didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You want to get back to doing something that you were used to doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just running the same neighborhood, I was running, doing the same thing.
Hey, on.
Oh, let's get the arm going.
Did you take your arm? Oh, okay. I ain't see it, but okay. Now you being that captain.
Alright, so like I was talking about the transitional phase, so being in Baltimore, all this stuff happened, you come down here, and then like tell me how then you said you was involved with the West Side, South Side beef, so-called beef, but like when you came down here and you seen something so familiar to what you were doing in Baltimore, it's like did you gravitate to it first or did you try to just like chill out?
Well, I tried to chill at first because I'm like, I ain't from here. I don't care like no West Greenville too fast. But then you start hanging with the dudes that you live around. Then you go to the club with them, Escalade.
Yeah.
I get jumped, now I'm in it. I don't like nobody from the South Side. I was cool with a few people. But now I'm beefing with all. So that's how I really got involved in that, because I'm like, I ain't from neither hood, really. But,
Yeah, I guess you repping where you at though.
yeah, I was repping where I was at. I was repping it hard when they jumped me.
Yeah.
What, that was in Escalade?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
jumped me in the Escalade, so I'm really into it now.
What was
Was
that
this-
about? Was you out
I
there?
think they just seen me with the dude that they didn't like
They
all
didn't
that.
like.
So
They
I'm
like- they had to get you
automatically
too. Yeah.
casualty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, so, okay. Now, every time y'all see me, you're going to have to do what you got to do.
But was it ever a second time?
Oh, it was many times after that.
Oh, he used to be in that
They jumped me
battlefield.
at Rolex and Matrix, everywhere you.
Are these like teen nights at first, and
I
then
mean, it went
gravitate
from
to?
teen nights to adult nights.
Yeah.
We at the mall, we at the fair, anywhere you.
Yeah.
And I don't travel with a group of people. I travel by myself, one or two people.
Or you mostly
the
with a girl.
opportunity, yeah,
Or
with a
girl.
female, you know. So the opportunity presented itself a lot for them to jump me.
Damn, at one point, did you say, damn, hanging with y'all? Shit.
Nah, I picked up a gun then.
Yeah.
I said,
Then
we
that
gonna
started going places.
see. Yeah, what's up? And I was like, yeah, this gonna happen. We're gonna do it.
Did y'all need an arm for him?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good over here.
You good? Are
So
you good?
picking up a gun, cause we getting it's all about transitions, brother. And then we gonna get to that Red Redemption, but picking up a gun, what did that feel like to you?
Feel like power. You know, you think you got power in your hand. When you young, you don't know no better. You think, yo, as soon as I pull this out, they gonna be stupid. Well, the things I can do to it, dude, make them holler with this gun. You know, in your mind, that's cool, that's fun. You know, especially when you come from Baltimore and you see young dudes killing.
Yeah.
You know, young dudes, 15 years old, killing people. That's what they doing. This is not rare. It's all the time, every day. And you actually seeing people get killed. You're not really like hearing about it. You see it. It's right in the middle of the street for you.
So how many times you think you've seen somebody, you actually saw somebody get killed?
Like 4 times.
Standing
4,
right there.
Right there. Yeah.
So do you think The Wire portrayed your city correctly?
No.
It didn't.
It's way worse than
Way worse. Yeah, they had to tone it down.
Yeah, that's
Like, that was crazy. They toned.
Everybody from Baltimore say that is The Wire, not Baltimore. But you know, we even happy or something representing Baltimore, I guess.
It got the country of it, but
Now,
it don't.
I'm gonna tell you what does capture Baltimore: the corner. People don't really know about
I don't know the corner.
that was about the more the drug addict side. Now that captures Baltimore for real, because the family they were following was a real family. So yeah, that captures Baltimore.
That street just be pumping on the corner
yeah.
too, boy. They be sleeping in the goddamn bandos and all that. I know that
That's
shit.
how it goes.
So what is just the corner you hang out on?
No, I mean the corner is just like, you know, every corner got a
It's
drug
a
dealer.
show.
Yeah.
Everybody just walking to a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, see now that captures Baltimore.
I think it was like
Oh,
only one.
it's less
It was only
violent.
like one season that it went there or something. They canceled it or something.
Yeah, they canceled it.
They canceled it or
It's
something.
too much for them.
That's when I first started understanding heroin and shit.
Yeah, that's the main drug. So that's why you got more violence too.
Yeah.
And that's the main drug, you got more violence. And heroin is something serious. All my people been on heroin, and his father, mother, aunts, uncles, everybody.
Have you had anybody OD from it?
You know, I've seen people OD, but
Yeah.
not my people.
Damn, you don't see no light.
It's hard not to. When you walk outside, you're gonna see needles on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna see people shooting up right there at the light pole. You know, about to fall into traffic. See that? You can really avoid.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, cause you know you like everybody got it's a different story with everybody. So seeing that, tell you how did that build your character in your late teens, going to your early 20s and getting you started on the path that end up leading you to being locked up and stuff like that. So when did it take the right turn when you really was out, when you was really like, okay, I am this person I'm portraying?
I mean, I guess when you become what you go around, really. You know, you learn not to be scared to death because you see it so much. So, you know, it's inevitable. So you like, I'm out here. Whatever happens, you realize, you think that you're ready to die. You know, well, most kids are. They don't really care because they ain't live to see nothing. They don't really know nothing. So you think, you're not thinking about a legacy. You're not thinking about, like, the mark you're leaving on the world. All you thinking about is, you know, just doing what you do, making a name for yourself in the wrong manner. So, you know, that, it just, seeing all that just taught me not to be afraid of dying. It made me not care.
Yeah.
It made me not care. It made me really be that person I was to the fullest. Especially when you talking, see me, I'm a little guy. You know, I gotta do what I say I would do.
Yeah.
You know, you got big dudes, they can talk, people scared of that.
Yeah.
But the little guy, you gotta do it for real. So I learned to just, don't even say it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know? And I started doing it a little too much. And I seen the jail cell.
What
Too many
age?
times. My first time, like 17, 18, whatever. I'm still in high school at the I'm bonding out of jail, going to school on house arrest. For me, that was cool. I'm the only person I ever seen in school on house arrest.
Oh, you had the anklet on and shit?
Yeah, I had the whole thing.
Yeah, they
Ankle
look.
bracelet, and I'm coming, I'm making sure you can see it. I'm going through the mall, yeah, make sure you can see the ankle bracelet. I didn't pull you in. Yeah. For real, that's what I thought was
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was.
They did everything. Hey, that shit still going on, bro.
It's still going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but now.
Now people try to hide it a little bit more now.
Yeah,
I
I mean, cause if you be out, police be everywhere. Police see you with an ankle on, they gon' come
They
here.
did that to me
Yeah.
at the club. I'm in the club on house arrest.
They got you.
Even
They're
now.
like, come, what you doing?
Cause
You
he
gotta
saw it.
go. I spazzed out. I want my money back. And I just got in. In my mind, I'm still right.
Yeah.
I'm on house arrest. Man, call them blue lights from across the street. I got on through.
Yeah.
Went to the next club. They let me in. You feel me? I just thought it was cool though.
Damn. Yeah. They be walking around in the mall. They be downtown. They be at the club. They don't give that their own house arrest. So when they got a goddamn third shift job. That's why they crack down on this shit now. You gotta actually work for somebody. You can't work under the table no more. They changed all this
Man,
shit.
they were calling my job and everything. I still was going to the club. They were calling my job, trying to verify my work schedule. You know, the manager was cool. They was, yeah, you work that day. Instead of them asking what days you work, they said, do you work this day, this day, this day, this day? And, yeah. Okay. Then I might get a note written by the manager, say how something happened at the store. I had to stay till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But you really out.
But I'm in the club.
Well, I mean, hey.
Shoot out, fighting, all that stuff still. Thinking it's cool, thinking I'm doing something that's people gonna remember forever. You don't know, people don't care. As soon as you go to jail, they gonna say how stupid you was. And that's how I go though.
So this was at 17 right here now.
Yeah, 17, 18.
Okay. Now what you do, how old was you when you went back again?
17, 18.
So you're just going back to
I was
back.
just going back and forth, but I wasn't getting convicted of charges of reading God, attempted murder, lynching,
So you
all that.
just getting out.
Charges. Now I think I'm untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I done beat him again. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been out on 4 bonds at one time, 3 bonds at one time. Thinking I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Back out again, 50,000, 30,000, another 25. I'm out.
You out.
Thinking I'm doing, they can't hold me. That's what I'm thinking.
So at that time, you didn't have anybody telling you, like, I ain't gonna keep doing this. Like, you need to slow down. You still thinking it's okay? Regardless of people putting up the money, you ain't caring about it or
I'm
any
paying
of
them
that.
back. So, I ain't really complaining too much.
I go back again, y'all get me out of reverse.
I'm gonna pay you back.
Yeah.
You ain't losing no money. But in my mind, you know, you ain't grow up like I grew up. You, like, uncles might be trying to talk to me, but you wasn't a father figure with mine one time. So they ain't talk to me about that.
Yeah.
You can't say that. You should have been there. You know, but it ain't their fault. I don't blame them, but I'm just saying, that's how I thought then. Nah, you can't tell me you don't do this and don't do that. You want to take care of your own family, what you're supposed to do.
So you went and did a bid. What? You just got off a bid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get into that.
Well, I got locked up again when I was 22. Yeah, I got locked up for a murder charge
Okay.
in Highlands. 2008. Yeah. Just turned 22. Daughter just turned 1 year old. You know, I killed a dude. I really didn't, I didn't want him to die. But, like I said, I'm thinking it's cool. He threatened to kill me. Where I'm from, that's a serious thing to say. So, when he threatened, I shot him 4 times in the chest. To me, that, I don't care. So I got locked up for the murder charge, no bond. Stayed in the county 3 years, no bond. They gave me 13 years. I did 11 years, 6 days off 13.
And let me ask you this, in that moment when you shot him, you still felt like you was still trying to be cool, or did you at least feel some slight of, damn, what the fuck did I just do?
I didn't care. Me, it wasn't really about, in that moment, it was the threat that I thought maybe he might do it for real.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to give him the chance. So that's what I was really on, not really the cool side at that moment. I was on, you threatening to kill me. Maybe you might do it for real, maybe you faking. But I ain't going to sit around and wait to see if you faking. Maybe you are. I shot him anyway. But I ain't really feel bad, to be honest. It took me going to prison and really coming to knowledge of self and loving myself and black people as a whole for me to really care about this man's life.
You wasn't on that. Like
Nah,
you was just out there.
That was normal. Black men killing black men was normal to me.
Yeah.
That's what I always seen growing up. So why do I care about his life? I'm still here. That's what I was thinking at the time.
After you shot him, what did you do? You left?
I didn't even leave because now I'm like, shit, it's self-defense. They killed me in my own house. Going nowhere.
I was out there. I remember.
Yeah.
I was out there.
So you called the police?
No, I didn't go to police.
Oh, okay.
I ain't never down 911.
Oh, okay.
Not even now.
How you said it, I thought maybe
No, they already trying to get him some help.
Yeah.
Because he's dying.
Yeah.
I watched him take his last breath. I held him. I took his last breath. Because I was going to put him in the car and take him to the hospital.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front in that moment. Now I'm like, man, I don't want him to die now.
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad for him, but I don't want him to die for the charge.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die, so I want to go to jail for the rest of my life. So let's try to save him.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's what I was on, And when I picked him up, he took his last breath looking at him. Yeah.
Damn, y'all armed.
Let me ask you this though. How did that feel though? Like now when you think about that day, you looking at him in his last breath.
Now it just feel like when you
damn.
think about it, you like, man, I took another black man's life and he had a child.
Did it replay? How long did it took you to replay, or was you really
But I
numb
seen so
to
much
it?
traumatized and stuff.
You were so numb to
I
it.
never had a bad dream about it or vision. I never.
Like you said, it's normal, so
it's
you
just,
ain't.
I've seen it so much.
Yeah, I feel you.
So it never really bothered me mentally.
You just thinking it's basically survival of the fittest, basically.
Yeah,
It's just life. That's how I feel.
That's what I want to know, because most people that's killed someone, they say they dream about it all the time, or they see them when they close their eyes and stuff like that.
I never once did that. But I used to question myself, like, what kind of man are you? You took another black man's life. You fell into a trap that was set for you. So that's what made me feel bad. Like, man, nothing. You the worst of the worst because you killing your own.
Yeah.
So before you get there though, so alright, man say he's gonna kill you in your own home, shoot 4 times, bam, see him take his last breath. Now you're thinking like, dang, you're trying to get some help before you take his last breath. Alright, so tell me about, okay, the incident has happened. Tell me about that time all the way till they gave you your actual time you was gonna have? Like, what was that? What was your mind frame before you got your time?
In the county, I was stressed. You know, the first 3:30, take that or go to trial your life. They offered me 30 for 2.5 years. So in my mind, I ain't getting nothing less than my life sentence, because I ain't taking 30. You're going to trial, you're going to give me your life. Same thing. Same thing to me. Yeah. So that was my mind. High blood pressure, everything. I'm telling you, I'm on blood pressure medicine. I'm on everything. I'm jumping on COs in the county, lock up. I'm, wilding. But after a while, I started to calm down, and I just said, man, there's hope. I'm gonna come out of this. I started believing in myself and started doing my own research and presenting it to my lawyer, and then they start coming down from 30 to 18, then it came down to 15, and 13 twice, and I took the 13 and 17. Only after, my baby mama was the witness. Me and her got into it, she couldn't testify against me. And that scared me into taking the 13.
Black woman.
So boom.
Hold up. You said your baby mama 13.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Oh, you heard it correct. Yeah.
Will?
Damn.
Over an argument about, one of the kids ain't mine, but I was there for the other one is. She got another man, and they telling me, call me daddy. And they telling me this.
Yeah.
I mean, they young. They're like, oh, he said call him daddy. Yeah, my daddy is. I'm like, nah. So I get on the phone mad at her. She's like, oh, he can do that if you want to. So now I'm cussing her out. She's like, yo, you keep running your mouth. Testify against you, make sure you don't know. I said, you said 13, man. Come on.
How many, you said you was in the county for 3 years.
3 years.
Before you got your 13.
Greenville County, yeah.
How they do that in the county? Was it 2 for 1?
Oh, no, it's day for day. I did 3 years, I got 3. They gave me credit for 3 years. So you get no extra.
Okay.
People say that's not true.
Well, see,
you better hope you get it.
Definitely. That's what I definitely always thought. Like, oh, you in the county one day, you get 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's 6 years. It's double. It's not double. No.
1.5.
People be in prison fighting for the time they did in the county. So you better hope you get the time. Yeah, but it's the same day. You ain't get no extra.
So from the county to the prison, that's your first time going to prison?
Yeah, my first time ever going to prison. 13 years, my first time.
That's a long time to adjust.
No, you were just fed. You ain't got no choice.
Right.
So they stabbing and killing back then. It's serious. You better get with it.
So you think the county prepared you to go to prison?
No, county can't prepare you to go to prison.
So, all right, now you go to prison. So you said you adjust quickly.
Oh yeah, because now it's a different environment. Don't touch people's stuff. You see but don't see. Mind your business. You're a gang member, follow the rules. Follow the rules. Because your owner get you before anybody. Gangs running penitentiary. People say what they want.
Yeah.
They do. They do. Absolutely. They run the police too.
Yep.
So you going to prison where you're affiliated?
Yeah. I was blood. I went down there thinking, I'm gonna search myself. Bloody. I want to be, gang banged out, making this cool.
So you still in there thinking you doing some cool shit?
Yeah, now, I done got past, I got the time now.
Yeah.
So now the initial shock is gone.
Yeah.
Now
That's
I'm back to thugging and doing what I gotta do to make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
I gotta make a name. So now I'm gaining, I'm blood, I'm throwing, I'm trying to make sure I climb the ranks. You know what I'm saying? I know this is what I do. But I'm thinking that's what's cool. So I had mentors trying to get me I want you talking about, man. You ain't here with me. You ain't talking to me about no positive stuff. You ain't here with me.
Yeah.
You know, so I went down there wild, stabbing, rioting, you know, things like that.
And where you had went?
I've been everywhere.
Oh.
Kershaw, Evans, Bar River,
I know Broad River.
no, I ain't been there. I've been a couple level ones, Liberty, Walden.
You move around a
One
lot.
in Charleston too. I forgot.
Why do they move y'all around like that?
Getting in trouble and stuff.
So they just move you.
Sometimes you might stay out. When I was maxed out from Kershaw. I spent almost 4 years there.
Yeah.
But it's just if you constantly in trouble, they'll move.
So how long were you in prison before you got into your first fight? And you take long?
And I'm taking on, but they ain't really that much fighting. People think it's fighting, it's stabbing.
Yeah.
And youngins ain't doing no fighting. So the older cats learn you can't fight. You gotta go in and stab. Because that's what's going on. You go there, you know how much a knife costs? $2. You want a real good one, you might pay $5 to $10. That's still cheap. You gotta walk around 3 of them, 4 of them. They got names like guns. I got the chopper, I got the Draco, I got the 40. Yeah. You know, that's what they walk around doing. Nobody fighting. Same way they doing on the street. Everybody shooting, everybody stabbing back there. So there ain't too much fighting going on. And I've been to a couple of fights, you know, I had my head brushed with a chair, things like that.
So you are an author, right?
Absolutely.
How long was it? You wrote while you was locked up.
Yeah.
How long? When did you start writing? Until your beard.
Towards the end. The last 3 years, 2 years.
I've seen enough.
Yeah, I gave it up before then, but you know, I had a female tell me I need to write a book because I can describe a situation differently. So she's like, you need to write a book. You know, her name was Shay Bryant. She died. She ended up dying, but and that's what made me really write the book when she died. In a riot at Lee County. Everybody seemed to know about that riot at Lee County. And I realized like it needs to be a book about what we need to do as brothers are part of organizations, gangs, or whatever you want to call it. What we really need to be doing, because that was gangs against gangs killing each other. 14 people died. They say 7, but ain't more. But you know, I just seen brothers laid out on the ground, throat slit, you know, messed up. And I know brothers that been in the riot and watched their brother die. So, and I'm like, that just didn't make sense to me no more. Because after a while I started listening to those mentors. And you know, they made me pick up books and I started reading and started learning about my history. And just start loving self and loving people who look like me.
So what's
That's
your
what
first?
go ahead. I was going to say, that's what I want to know, like, how long was it before it started sitting in that you need to make a change and you need to start going a different path? Like, how long?
It took some few years, about 3-4 years. Because now you know, you got that mentality, I'm riding for my brother. So, you know, you still in the, what, they gonna do what? That's right. But then after a while, when you learn to have your own mind and, you know, you got that respect anyway. So we ain't got to keep earning it. So now when I start gaining knowledge of self and reading books, I start telling him, he gonna do what? No, chill here, I'm gonna go talk to him. In the situation, I can create the situation. Instead of us going to war with each other.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, you got the administration do not want people with power like that. They gonna put you in lockup, they gonna ship you to Mississippi, they gonna get you out of there because they know if you say something bad, it's gonna happen too. If you do something good, it's gonna happen. If I say no, ain't nothing going, we ain't going to war, we gonna chill, we gonna come together in one, and I can do that, or they get me out of there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't want nobody
They want
with
it.
no power. They see you with power. They see you able to captivate not only your own gang with them, but somebody else. When you got other organizations that listen to you,
Right
Yeah.
beside
oh,
us.
you
You.
too powerful. That's like on the Malcolm X
Tell you, right
movie.
beside us.
He
Yeah.
said that's too much power for one man to have. You know, one person to have that power.
Tell you, Scoot, they go back to that 200 million you gonna just hide and not use. Tell me, a black man ain't gonna hide no 200 million. 200 million, you gonna spend that money, they gonna calculate everything you spend. If they see you holding on to that shit, and they ain't spending it, they on your ass.
I'm trying to tell you,
So
How long you been home?
I've been home since November 2019. A little over a year.
Transition to now what Greenville is. What you think about it?
Oh, it's totally different. You know, you got the west side and south side, cool. You know, ain't no beef and ain't none of that no more. They coming over to the hood. You know, well, West Greenville ain't no hood no more. You got the white people walking down the street with their dogs. You know, but it's a nice place to raise kids, man.
yeah.
You know, it's still things going on, but it's different. You know, when I first moved down here, you had to be able to use these. Now you gotta squeeze the trigger, but you know,
So
that's why I wanted to get to these youngins because they think that's what it's about.
okay, so piggybacking off what he said, like the new Greenville, and what Gorgeous Red was talking about. Tell me, so like you and Preach, you making your transition before, like you got your time, you doing this, you got your rep, everything. So you said the last 4 years was the years that you kind of like calmed down.
Yeah.
So when they was asking you to write a book that like reflects you, tell me some of your what you call it, your routines once you start calming down. What was some of your routines? You said you read a book. Do you remember your first book that you read? How many books you read? How did you occupy your time when you was like, hey, I'm starting to see the light from this dark tunnel?
Well, I mean, I occupy my time by reading, but my first book was Revolutionary Suicide by Huey P. Newton.
Okay.
And that just started making me see things from a different light, just seeing how these black families, these brothers been through way more, especially in a prison setting, where they had a lockup called the Soul Breaker,
Okay.
where they defecating in a hole, and you have to wait for the CO to come and spray the hole out with a water hose, or you just got to deal with the smell. So they had to learn to not eat as much. You only get 1 gallon of water a week, so you can't drink as much, and you don't want to eat too much where you defecate in the cell with you. You got to sit in there.
Yeah.
So now you got to, you know, they've been through a whole lot, and I'm like, man, these brothers can go in there and deal with this and keep their sanity. How I can. So that's what made me start being like police. Like, well, you would get 1 shower a month. You locked down all day, every day, months at a time, and 1 shower a month. And that's if we, you know, set a fire, you know, and then they let us out and get a shower. So, you know, you might not get that 1 shower a month. So, but I learned to be able to handle that just by reading those books and being able to understand that brothers that came before us been through way more. So I can endure this one night.
And then before them, it was, you know what I'm saying, you know, you had all the years of slavery.
Slaves, yeah, they've been through a lot more than others. This ain't nothing. So they couldn't break me.
But there's a lot going on behind the walls back there.
Oh no, you don't want to go back there.
Y'all they learned a lot of stuff back there though, like how to cook certain things and they be baking and well, that's what the TV show. Well, it actually be those jail shows where I see
you
people
might not
birthday.
bake, but you might not bake, but you can, you know, you got a hot pot. Man, I know dudes can make macaroni and cheese in a hot pot.
Yeah.
In a microwave, macaroni and cheese in a microwave. I'm talking about homemade, like you put in
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
So,
they'll fix anything.
Yeah.
So, with you being in the game, right, when you were in jail, and you said you wasn't gonna be with the shits no more, or you went and riding like that, you was thinking first, how did your people react to that?
You know, some went with it, but the ones that respected and understood what we truly stood for anyway.
See, that's the
See,
problem.
that's what I had to
See, that's the
relearn.
real problem.
So when I brought that to some brothers, most brothers more brainwashed because of the propaganda TV show.
Mm-hmm.
So they still with that. But the brothers who knew their history and listened to me and understood, like, this is what we stand for anyway. It don't even stand for what we've been doing. Killing another black man is, not saying we supposed to kill white people, but killing another black man is totally out of the question unless absolutely necessary. So what we're doing is totally wrong. It's not even what we're supposed to be doing.
Going
It ain't
against the
even
laws
what
and
blood
laws
represents.
anyway.
It ain't what Crip represents. Folk Nation. It ain't what none of this stuff represents. So once they understood that, they were riding with me. They all about talking. But if it ain't no talking, then hey, you did what you had to do. Because that's what a man does first and foremost. A man know how to talk to you before he transgress against you. You don't always, a man is not quick in anger. Only little kids, little boys do that. A man know how to think before he do that. I had to learn to become a man. And I had to listen to these mentors I had. They used to pull me in the room and give me a book, read that. And then they asked me, what you get out of it? Me, I'm trying to read it as a novel instead of something to learn. So I'm just breezing through the book in one day. He said, you don't read that book. I read every word. What you get out of it? Well, I can't even remember half of it. I'm reading. Yeah, because I'm trying to breeze through it as a novel. I'm not understanding. I'm not studying the book. So he said, it should take you a month to read a book at the minimum. So when I started reading a book, I started studying every book. I read A Taste of Power by Elaine Brown, Asada Shakur autobiography. I read People's History of the United States. That's my one. That's my favorite book I ever read. Seeds of Time, Soul on Ice. I read them all. Knowledge Itself, Science Itself. I read them all. I read over 300 books.
Damn. Hey.
Yeah, you really don't have nothing but no time but read.
I mean, people say that,
build
but
character though.
you really do that are doing whatever.
They're not even thinking about reading the book.
If you get wrecked, they out playing basketball. They gambling. They playing dominoes, chess. They doing everything but reading. Most people are not reading. People say you ain't got nothing else to do. Man, most people chasing their cell phone, chasing drugs, chasing money.
You got their own world.
They got their own world. They're trying to cope with it the best way they can. But if they pick up their book, they don't know how to cope with it from within. But they trying to distract themselves. So that's why you come out.
Keep they focus on something else.
It's on the revolving door because you're not growing. Brothers are not growing back there. And the ones that are, that's growing, they after you. Because once I start being better and have people doing the right thing, they would call me up to the front. Yeah, we charge you with gang charge. Yeah, we seen you in some pictures from a couple of years ago. You see me throwing up gang signs in the pictures. You know this was years ago, but you're still wanting to charge me with it. Because they hate that you're not doing things to really get in trouble. So they stacking
You ain't
stuff
fitting
up.
their
So
agenda.
now we label you a security threat. So now I become a security threat for blood. Then I become a security threat for guard body. Because they say, I seen some guard body stuff on your Facebook page. I said, we're going to charge you with a Facebook charge too. All kind of stuff.
So they really want you back there just doing the same bullshit.
Absolutely.
They don't want no change in nobody.
Because if you change, then they don't have a job. Nobody go back to jail. They don't really want you to be better.
Being on top of that.
If I start coming to jail, you don't have
They
a
done
job.
give them a reason to not let them take showers and treat them right.
And
It's they say it.
when we set a fire to get a shower, pardon me, and they gonna tell the administration, they gonna tell the people who run the prison, who own the prison or headquarters, well, see, this is why we got to be locked down in 75 years and stuff.
Mhm.
So that keeps us locked down. But then you really don't have no option. You deal with not getting no shower, not coming out of it. You don't come out the cell at all. For nothing. Man, you got to pass out in the cell to go to medical. I'm telling you, got to tell me, you got heart attack. And you ain't getting, the phones are outside the room, so you can't use the phone. If you ain't got no cell phone, you'll never talk to your people. Unless they pop up and come see you. And half the time they trying to turn them around. It's serious, man. It's serious.
So coming out your bed, how did you prepare yourself coming home?
I think I prepared myself when I started reading, you know. I just know I wanted to be a better person than the person I came in prison. I didn't want to go out, you know, harming other people and going back and forth to jail. I just wanted to be a better role model for my kids first and foremost, and other kids that may be looking at me. I wanted to be a living example of a person that can come from prison and be, you know, and form a positive legacy. So it was hard. You know, it's hard to keep, because back there you got ignorant people, so they make you go back, but you gotta be strong mentally. They say, you know what, I'm not gonna let them take me back there.
No, them last few days, you were ready.
Right?
Ready for that release date.
Couldn't even eat.
Yeah.
Couldn't even eat.
So you go to sleep either good.
I ain't even rest, period, while I was in prison.
Let me ask you this, like, do some of them back there, when they close to their release date, do you have people in there, including police, try to do something to get you in trouble so you can't get released?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
But on a higher level, threes and stuff like that, they do that. Because you got people who ain't going home. So you can't really just be running around telling your release date like that. Because somebody might kill you. And you gonna get you in trouble. They might stab you up, try to keep you. All right, you going home and I ain't never going home. I'm gonna show you. You running around here bragging.
Oh, okay.
In their mind, you bragging, you know, because you got people that's so severely institutionalized. I'm still institutionalized, you know. People be like, that's all you talking about in prison. You gotta understand, I spent from 22 to 33 in prison. You want me to talk about some stuff when I was a kid? I don't really. If we want to talk about what happened a couple of years ago, last year before, then that's prison. You know, a lot of people don't want to hear it though, but it's hard to talk about anything that ain't super old.
Yeah.
If it's recent, it's prison.
That's a lot of time, bro.
So getting out of society, start working. How did that go?
Rough. I started at a chicken farm. You know, most people do. And then I got a job doing parts for BMW. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. 15, 16, ain't that bad, you know. They let me go because of the nature of my crime. After 90 days, well, really I had to do 6 months because the pandemic kicked in. So I was supposed to do 90 days and get hired on. But I had to do 6 months and they didn't hire me on because of the nature of my crime.
So temp, when you go through temp, they don't do the background.
They do the background, but they got different rules than the actual company.
So once you're gonna go to the company, that's when you.
Because they just recycling you too.
Yeah.
You know, because it's an illusion that they got programs for people coming out of prison. It depends on the charge. It's more for drug offenses. It's not for true violent offenders. You know, if you're a real violent offender, it's hard. They telling you it's for ex-offenders and people who coming home. It's really not for everybody. It's for dudes who had drug charges, who may have been convicted of a violent charge because they saying drug was violent at some point. But that's for them. It's not for the person who actually attempted to kill somebody, rob somebody, they are real violent charges.
But I hate that they do that because it'll get somebody thinking that they're going somewhere, they're going to the next step. But then it's like you're already working for the company just up under a temp. You're already around the people that I'm going to be around if I get hired. So why would you even use, I already see my charge, so why would you even let me in the door through a temp if you're going to let me go if it's trying to get permanent?
It's just because they're going to get the next person and say they gave you a chance. It's all about a
It's
lose.
ratings, man.
Yeah, it's all about losing.
They gotta show that they not being biased to people with
Yeah.
felonies.
But they
You know
are.
what I'm saying? But they are.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if I hire you,
Yeah,
if I hire you,
temp. You're temporary.
That's the word.
You're temporary.
You're easy to be
so we
replaced.
gave him a job for this, but he didn't want to stay at this pay.
Yeah,
But we gave him a job.
yeah.
You feel me? But they don't say we're gonna give you a job
And
with
they still can write
benefits
me off on the
this, that, and the
taxes.
third.
Yeah, it's
I just think
easy
it's
to
crazy
replace,
how
man.
it's crazy how they have it set up like that.
It's set up-
Everybody just
It's all
spoke
That's
about.
why so many
With-
tip services now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many temp services because
Yeah.
everybody's temporary, most of them.
Bam.
You know,
Ain't
people
doing that
rarely
no
get hired
rotating.
on.
we don't
Yeah,
really
you
got.
just
We don't
rotate
really
with
got.
every-
You know what? Every
we
tip
don't-
service is a green.
We only got
Yeah.
100 people waiting for your
Yeah,
job.
for real.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that gets people who don't know the truth, who is brainwashed by just, they gave you a job, you didn't keep it. You know, they thinking that people don't want to work. There's more people that do than that don't. Now, you do got people that don't. But, you feel me? You know, I can't never get out my mama's house and doing, making $12.
So what, Chicken Farm don't care about the background.
No, they don't
It's
care.
just the
They
work
ain't
out
paying
there.
nothing either.
Yeah, just
They
the
ain't
work.
pay- They was paying me $11.65 an hour. Man, they be killing me. They working you for $11.65 unless you live.
Damn.
They get paid 18 and some change, but that's the worst job there.
The one I said I couldn't never do that. Like a live chicken and hang up.
Oh yeah, you gotta act, and they
And they-
defecate on you. They, you know, that's what they do.
For real, I'm telling you. And
The
that's
way he
what
was hitting you, like
you can
my brother
still
say, it's
cut
come
the
on
head
with
off.
nipples off.
you still can cut the head off and it'll still be
Yeah.
How about chicken?
Hell, you be in the park at the red light by that shit stinking.
Yeah, you can cut their head off, everybody will start going like, this what you gonna do.
Hey, my great grandma used to go get them chickens and ring their
Right
ass.
there,
Man.
the whole body got
Oh no, this
them.
keep you going.
I don't like animals, so I ain't killing nothing. I ain't killing no animals.
Hey, check it. Boom, you get out. First meal.
I went to Popeyes.
Popeyes.
I ain't
That take
lying.
that
You know,
chick.
because Greenville ain't had no Popeyes. before I came
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
So
There's
it
the
was like,
third meal,
in
Popeyes.
Baltimore, we ain't got no churches. I ain't never heard of no churches up there. But we had KFC, Popeyes, so we ain't had no Bojangles neither. So,
Oh.
so that's all I was, you know, I was like, hey, when they gonna get a Popeyes? When I'm about to come home, I see Popeyes. I said, we was roll through bread. I said, oh, that's Popeyes. That's what I want. I really wasn't even hungry.
Yeah.
I just was
Too
happy to be
excited.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
Like 11 years, 6 days. People like, why you always say 6 days? But that count. I do that. It's 6 days.
Give them 12. Give them 12.
But it's a whole change from 22 to 33 because Greenville was not nowhere near how it is
Yeah,
now. It's done grew a lot. Got
Yeah,
a
it
whole
grew a lot.
bridge out there and everything.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, man, this. I was thinking about moving back to Baltimore. I said, nah, 'cause Baltimore worse than it was.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? And it's better than it used to be here, so I'm like, you know, it's a better place than it used to be. I want me a couple more. I only got one biological child. I want me a couple more.
Yeah, you got time, honey.
I don't get too old. Too old.
So now, are you home now? Like, so another transition. Now you home. What was the concept? You said you've been reading all these books, and you was like, you know, I want to come home. I want to be different. You know what I'm saying? You were saying you want to be a mentor, which you are a mentor. Tell me what was the concept getting into that, and all the concept of Red Redemption. Is all this merging together to create the book?
Yeah. When I said I wanted to be a mentor, I wanted to come out and do it how the brothers came to me. They weren't coming at me too religious. They weren't religious brothers anyway. They was God brothers, you know. But they come at me. They were just not really preaching to me. They was coming just dropping jewels like, you know, where you really from? From Baltimore. That's what I wanted to say. Oh, from Africa. You know, you wasn't born in Africa, but you're an African person. Your ancestry come from there. That's what you truly are. You come from kings and queens and goddess and God. So I'm like, so when I started reading about it, I understood that. I'm like, yo, that's the best way to get to these kids, because you can tell a kid to do the right thing. You know, they're good. But if he don't know that he's powerful, or she's powerful, they powerful enough. They got the know-how to really do it from DNA, from their people. Their people done been through it all. Their people started civilization. See, they don't be knowing this stuff. So you gotta. That's where I say I'm gonna come out and try to teach these kids this. This is gonna help them become better than me. You know, even the person I am now, I want them to be even better than I am now. But that comes from knowing who you truly are. And that's why I call myself a country mentor. Because, you know, it's about giving these kids, helping these kids gain consciousness. You know. And the book was about the same thing, just showing people, and I want people to know that I'm not trying to condone or promote gang activity or whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm just showing that being blood, Crip, or folk nation, mainly from a blood perspective, that is not about throwing up signs and killing a Crip or whoever else. It's about, you know, being a black leader, standing up for your people and yourself. It's about, you know, taking the Malcolm X approach, the Black Panther approach. These are people we follow. So, you know, that's what it's about. That's what the book is about, is to teach the people, you know, because Tookie had the book called Blue Ray's Black Redemption, the leader of the Crips. And he was trying to get people to stay away from them. I just thought that was the wrong way to go about it, because you can't stop it. Nobody's you're gonna say don't join the gang, and there's more Crips than there ever was. Nipsey Hussle helped do that too. Snoop Dogg, everybody. You know, it's more Crips than it ever was. You know, it's more Bloods than it ever was. So my idea was not to tell people don't join them. But I'm saying if you're going to join these organizations, be somebody that's uplifting your community, doing it the right way. You know? That's why I tell them I always be blood, in the sense that I'm going to stand up for myself and my people. I'm going to be the best father I can be, the best son I can be, the best man I can be to a woman, things like that. That's being blood, you know. But you know, you get the wrong perception, because you know, if the people look down on it, they don't support it, and it's easy to target them. See, that's what the government do. They target the people who's in these organizations, but they don't want nobody to have the same amount of power they have. So they try to destroy it. And they got to destroy the image of them first. That's why I named it Red Redemption. To try to redeem the image of blood in the eyes of the kids that may grow up and think it's cool because the rappers are rapping about it. You know, it's not, you know, you can help your people and you don't have to be a Blood, Crip, Folk Nation, Black Keystone, any organization. You don't have to be none of that. You can just be one person doing what you got to do for your people. But, you know, if you do decide to join, make sure you join with some brothers that's doing something positive, that's doing the right thing.
Make sure you understand the code, too.
The code,
Because
yeah.
that's really what it was meant for. It was meant for black people to have a structure. You feel me? That's really what it was. It wasn't for flashiness.
No.
It was to give order and have command to it. It wasn't for none of that extra stuff.
You know, it was to help. Like me when I was young, we couldn't cuss in front of older people. Mm-hmm. The game that was gonna beat you. Mm-hmm. You can't live them. Like, you destroying the environment, you gotta live them. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. Like, You couldn't just do violence like me. I might think it's cool to shoot up this dude in the neighborhood. No, you got older people, you got little kids live here. You can't do that.
Ain't got a mask on, ain't got nothing on, and it's for some
like,
dog.
You can't do that.
Right.
So they was teaching us different principles. But you know, we look at the news and see the
What they
shooting
promote.
and see this, we see the movie South Central, Boys in the Hood,
agenda.
Colors. We see the image of gang banging and we think that's what it's about. Even if you're being taught something different, the image you see on TV constantly flashing, it brainwashes you.
Right.
So you thinking, okay, yeah, he taught me this positive, but I'm just saying blood shit.
And it was Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know, they trick you with the it was a gang shooting. But you know, when you look up gang in the dictionary, gang just means two or more people involved in a criminal act. So it can be gang can mean anybody.
Well, I told you that.
But see, they don't have to say blood, crip, folk
The
nation.
language.
They can just say gang. And what we're gonna formulate in our mind,
Is
well,
a
that
bunch
be
of
them
people
crips or
around.
them bloods.
Yeah.
See, we're gonna come up with our own opinion, and they win. That's what they want because they have taught you that gang is a person that wears a certain color or throw up a certain sign. U.S. government is the biggest thing out there.
Facts.
So
Back door.
Biggest criminals.
they just criminals. Man.
Yep. It definitely is the truth.
Got that right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
All right.
Can we take one on that?
Take the arm on that one.
Let's take one on that.
Most definitely.
Also, we need to get the rundown on which is how you changed your last name.
Oh, okay. I decided like learning knowledge of self. And you know, we taught to have a slave name. You know, Stover is a white man.
Harrison. I always think about
It's
that.
a white man.
I just be saying Harrison. I be like, what in the world, Harrison?
And we represent those names so hard because we think that's, a part of us. No, that was names that we was forced to take on. We don't know our original name. So I wanted to adopt the original name from our original language. But Mungu means God in Swahili. So I wanted to take a name that really meant something. Stover don't mean nothing. So, and after that's what they did.
That was
They gave
tradition.
you
I was about to
names
say that.
meant something.
I was about to say that, boy.
Even your last name meant something. Your first, your middle, every name meant something. So you didn't just have a name because it sounds good like we do over here. Over there you had a name because it meant, they didn't give you a name as soon as you was born. They seen your character a little bit. And then you was named. That's how it was. So that's why I wanted to take on the name Mungu, because that's what I wanted to leave a mark on the world. Just to be more, everybody needs to be more godly. Everybody needs to know God comes from within also. So that's what I wanted, That's why I changed my name to. It's not legal, but
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, did you do that when you was in there?
it's
or
hard.
when you got out?
It's hard to change your name when you're a felon and you're on probation and things like that. That's what I go by now.
Them slave names and stuff, that might tie like negative energy to it and stuff. That's what I be thinking, right? I got a white slave name. It might just bring so much energy just around just by me
But why
even
would you
carrying that
represent a
name.
person who beat and raped your mother,
Feel me?
beat your father and split y'all up? So, things like that. They sold the people to other people, split the family up, raped the woman
Like
in
a
front of the
dog.
husband,
Like
treated
dog.
you like an animal, fed you chitlins and pig feet and pigtail and all that. It was a scrap that they didn't want. We made it, something that tastes good or whatever. Soul food, whatever. But, I didn't want to represent a person or a family that beat and raped my people. Stover ain't who we are. Ain't no black people coming from Africa named Stover.
But how did your family receive that when you
Oh, they don't like that. You know, because they represent that name, because that name means something in Baltimore. So, you know, but I said it means something to who? It means something to the white people. We making their name something. You know? We making their name mean something, not our own. You know?
And it's
Yeah,
probably
they didn't receive it well.
it's probably somewhere where they could track black people in a book, like stolen in 1990s.
They got
Yeah.
Ancestry.com, nigga.
For
Ancestry.com.
real though.
First black
Like,
person.
for real. That's how I be
Keep
thinking, bro.
that and shit. Keep
They got
real.
Ancestry.com.
Yeah, they can trace it all the way back.
What they
Black
created
person
for you.
names, though. You know what I'm saying?
What they created for you. They can trace what they created. You feel me? They erase what they did.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bad. Good
That's what
bad.
I try to, you know, just show people in the book that, you know, banging is propagated. It's not really how it's supposed to be. That ain't what I really seen growing up, you know. I seen it on the movies, but I ain't really see that in person. So I formulated my attitudes off of what they showed me on TV. Colors.
Yeah.
Colors, you know, I'm South Central, you know what I'm saying? I used to think, yeah, that's what it is. But somebody really right beside me telling me that ain't what it is. But the media is more powerful.
They're like, man, that's on TV. You don't even know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Illusion.
only
It's
You only
illusion.
think it's the
Perception.
and I'm living in the illusion when I see it in real life, and I'm still trying to live this illusion. And that's how powerful the media is. And that's what I wanted to point out in the book. I gave them the acronyms of blood, you know, Black Leaders of Our Days, Brothers Leading Others Out of Darkness, you know, Black Liberation Organization of Defense, you know, Better Look Out or Die. You know, that was really a phrase coined for the police, for other people that sought to hurt and harm women and kids and the elders, you know, mainly the police though. You know, you had to look out for the police more than anybody.
Yeah. See, back then, the police couldn't even ride through neighborhoods like that without.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
When the organization started forming, they stopped that. You know, and people don't know that the Black Panthers was actually different gangs coming as one. See, that's why they sought to destroy them, because Afeni Shakur had our own gang, Lamumba Shakur, Bunchy Carter. All these people were Black Panthers. They had their own gangs before they became Black Panthers. You know, they killed Bunchy Carter. You know, and Lamumba dead too. And Afeni's dead now. But they all had their own gang. Matter of fact, Bunchy Carter had the Slauson gang. Where Nipsey Hussle got killed, which is now Crip territory in California, on Slauson Avenue, that was called the Slauson gang at one point. And he turned them all into Black Panthers. He was 1,500 strong at 19 years old.
And what year did you got killed?
It was 1969, I think. Don't quote me. It was in the 60s.
I'm gonna go with
because they just formed it in 68. So I think in 1969, 1970, he got killed. Bunchy Carter. Yeah, our Princess Bunchy Carter. And yeah, Geronimo Pratt, who Tupac rap about, you know, he was a part of the Slauson gang also. So these people became Black Panthers, and they took those tactics. That's why they walked around in the streets with the guns, but they understood we got to know the law. That's why you got a lot of states not open carry states no more, because every state was back then, and they made them change that by knowing the law and being so they carry their guns. So they try to, you know, take their law, you know, change their laws so they can be able to, you know, that's what they do.
That's what they do.
As soon as we try to work within the law, they change it.
We try to okay, now Black people starting to understand, like, even with business, you feel me, for laws, having registered firearms on them, and all they doing is trying to make it harder and harder. You feel me? Oh, well, y'all can have these type of guns. Well, now you can't have these type. You feel me? Now we're trying to take these type of guns back. Well, after I just filled up my whole closet with these type of guns, now you're going to say it's illegal for me to have these type of guns.
That's what they do.
All right, let's stomp.
I was about to say you're stomping.
Oh, they getting his bag.
But
Yeah,
that's
but
what they do though.
That's what they do. They change the law. The more you learn, the more they change it.
My cousin was telling me the other day they was trying to make it, well, felons couldn't buy houses or something, own houses.
Barely rent an apartment.
You feel me? I don't know if it's
You
true or
can't
not.
rent an
My
apartment.
cousin was just telling me that, like, oh yeah, man, they trying to say that felons can't own businesses or they can't own they own houses or whatever. I was like,
I don't know.
what
They
Well, you
trying
can
to-
buy a house, but it's just hard for you to rent houses or rent an apartment.
apartment.
It's
yeah.
hard. It's hard for you to rent now. Now, if you want to buy
They
your
trying
own
to make
stuff,
they trying to make it hard for them. But that's just like, okay, with buying houses, it's a lot of black people that's getting into that now. Because at first, I mean, I'm not saying we never did, but I'm just saying like
but
a lot of
everybody in
people.
they bag.
Everybody is working on getting their credit fixed, which that wasn't important to us back then.
Exactly.
We go rent something or whatever, but now a lot of in the black community, a lot of people are doing that. Now they're trying to change in a few years or a few months how to get a house now. They're making it harder. You got to have a higher credit score now than what it is now, or
Yeah.
more money than what it is now. So it's just all about
Yeah.
trying to
Since
keep
back
us
in-
from having anything.
You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
I'm gonna say like this. I mean, this come from a movie or anything. It can come from you, bro. Like they you more aware of it now.
Exactly.
But what they say, like, you know, every movie when they tell you about a book to read, they always say they always hide it in the book because they know you don't
Yeah,
want to
'cause
read
they
it.
know
You
you
know what I'm
don't
saying?
read
You
it.
want to watch it. You don't want to read it and understand it. So like these past 10 years, you could say, like the booming in the housing, the everything going down in the early 2000s, and now it's getting here. So it's just like you more aware of it. We talking about it now. I bet you we talking about this for a little bit longer. You gonna go on Instagram and it's gonna say credit repair because your phone listening to you, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? You know, just like so like you more aware of it, and people that take advantage of it. It's great.
Yeah.
Hell, I had even said one time, just like talking, because we was talking about stuff like this, not with y'all, I was talking to somebody else. I said, hell, I wouldn't doubt if it ain't going to be too long, they going to run a background check to get a fucking car.
Oh yeah.
Just because they try to find any ways
Oh,
where we
yeah.
can't have
Oh, yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that's how they gonna do.
That want you to get a car?
I mean, because look, you got to think about this now. Years ago,
But
when
look.
you got a job, they didn't do no credit
Yeah.
report. They do credit checks on certain jobs now. What the fuck? My credit got anything to do with me saying, hi, my name is Ashley, welcome to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Anytime black people start prospering a little more, they start making it hard.
That's
And you
it.
see crime go up.
Mm-hmm.
Because now
Right.
black people are losing jobs. Now they ain't got no choice.
That go back to
revert
those
the-
organizations that was put in place for us to build together and come together as a
Exactly.
community.
They go back to
And
the...
all those organizations was meant for.
Exactly.
That's what back then the whole
Build businesses
neighborhood,
together.
the whole neighborhood, nobody in the neighborhood probably worry about their rent being paid.
Exactly.
And that's just
They
truth
made
be
sure.
told. You ain't gotta worry about no outsiders coming in the house,
Yeah.
doing nothing, your kids and that, cause guess what? The police not even hitting the top of this street. Once they hit the top of this street, to all the way down there, guess what? We already know what's going on. We stopping you. What's up? Yeah,
Exactly.
we the people you talk to when you come in this
Exactly.
community. You don't talk to
That's why
nobody
they
else.
don't, they got Jeff
feel
Ford
me?
locked up.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
got Larry Hoover locked up.
What? They,
Oh,
Logo!
Yeah, they because
You
they
feel
see
me?
people.
He had his
with
own
this
community.
power. He got his own Muslim community
You
in
feel me?
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
said, oh no.
That's sad.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why if Jeff Ford had thousands of members, he's 20 years old. Same way they did Fred Hampton. You know, this man 19, 20 years old, 21 years old. And they was trying to start a war against the Black Peace Stone and the Black Panther.
Mhm.
But they ended up coming together, and the Brown Barrettes and the Young Lords, all of them, they came together instead of beefing. And the media and the government trying to make them kill off each other. See, that's what they're doing with the Clips and Bloods. They want us to kill each other because they don't want us to be strong together. You know, everybody going
That'll be a
I'm trying to
problem.
think
Exactly.
of the word they
If
say
we
in
stop
the
killing
media. I'm
each
trying
other
to think
and
of
come
the
together.
word they use in the media, but I cannot think of the word they use.
That's just like now, they working on that shit right now, how to stop a lot of shit, because with this pandemic, a lot of people put their goddamn antennas up, they thinking cap on. Motherfuckers quit their job when they got business. Like, a lot of people did a lot of things,
Tell me.
invested in the life.
Exactly.
They gonna try to stop all that just because we had time to sit back and think about what we was gonna do.
Exactly.
Like this,
And that's why I told you, like, in Chicago, they had the Vice Lord. They had the Vice Lord Plaza. They had laundromat, they had everything in this plaza. They buying up real estate and making it their own. This is our people's stuff. Same thing as the GDs and the Black Peace Stone. That's why they wanted to chip. Oh no, y'all gotta go. Y'all buying up real estate. Y'all making it y'all stuff. Y'all taking care of neighborhoods with this. No, y'all can't do that. Yeah, as soon as you start building stuff, building a nation within this nation, they ain't going. They coming.
They're not going.
They locking you up. That's why the RICO Act. That's why they ain't like the mob.
They say what's wrong with us. We ain't got no nation that claims us. We just black Americans.
Yeah, because you know what?
Africa don't valid claim us. You feel me?
And you know what Malcolm X
So
taught me?
we ain't claimed to a nation. A nation of people is a nation to be reckoned with. You feel me? We ain't got no nation like. You got China, they got whatever they want. You got white people, the Aryan nation, all type of nations. But we don't have no nation of people to go to and be like, yeah, this us. And ain't nobody gonna come fight for us if it's like,
but because you know why? Because we disown our nation. Because we call ourselves hyphenated African or hyphenated American, African American.
Instead of settling down and being one.
I'm African. I'm black. I'm not really American, even though we was coming over here before they ever did. But I'm African, but we ain't gonna claim. We ain't gonna claim where we come from. It was a lady that got mad because the lady said African American. A white lady called her African American. I ain't never been in Africa. I wasn't raised in Africa. I'm American. I'm like, see, that's what we do.
And that's what they like. They like that though.
Yeah. And that's
they
why
probably sitting there like,
like,
girl, I went to social black history to the top of the degree. You're African.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna argue with you.
Yeah.
Okay. You sitting there
Case
arguing.
gotta act it out of their
I'm just saying though, that's how they really be thinking though.
They love it that
but
you just
right.
claim
They
your
be
people.
they be done really went to
I have
college
been
for that
around
type
and
of shit.
somebody said that, something like that. I ain't African.
And see, that's why we ain't got no country. African people feel like, okay, y'all disown us, but you can be American.
As long as we ain't got no nation, we're never gonna have nobody to come. Somebody black famous can get locked up in Russia. We don't got no black people from all around the world that's gonna come as one and get that black man out.
Yeah.
He's just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
You feel me?
America stands
up.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's just gonna sit there if
you black,
unless he's useful to the America.
Yeah.
You feel me? But if he ain't no good to America, it's probably black people sitting over there like stories we never heard.
But see, you know, Malcolm was forming ties with Africa. That's why they
let them come on. That's why they knocked them on.
Because he was going over there meeting with different guns.
Because he started realizing that it was bigger.
Mali, he was meeting with different prime ministers and presidents of Africa, and they were forming relationships. And he was saying that they really do care about us over there. He said the problem is they said we don't care about them. So that's what's going on right now, man.
We need to claim where we paperwork saying we got named Black Americans. They got them. I got them.
Yeah.
I got them. We got to claim the nation.
We got to claim other than African.
We got to be able to claim the nation. Tell me, we got to.
Yeah.
We ain't claiming no nation. We ain't gonna have. We don't even have a black army for us.
We learn instruction now, but it's still separation. You feel me? And the separation is definitely the money, and can we really form this so we can make money? So it's like
I don't think it's the money, bro. It ain't
I'm
the
just
money.
saying, like this.
It ain't that we don't got the money. We won't pool the money
together.
You know what I'm saying? The rich people rubbing elbows with the rich folk. You feel me? So if they can do that, then they got that some type of way. So we have structure. We can build together. You feel me?
But you know what they doing with like Oprah and them? They wanna the way they rubbing shoulders with the white people. So they want to continue an image of. That's why Monique, the comedian, she
called them out.
She called them out because she like, y'all keep trying to get me to play roles like Precious. She was supposed to be in Empire. She was supposed to be Cooking Lion. Yeah. So, but she said, no, I'm not going to continue to play the ignorant black woman. We got to get away from that. And so when she did that, now they try to blackball her. Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah. These are billionaires. They blackballing the woman that want us to be who we truly are, not
She ain't
ignorant people,
control.
but strong people
Cause she
that
ain't
stand
letting you
together.
control. She got her own
Exactly.
mind.
And that's what black people are doing. The rich are staying rich because they kiss white people
They let
ass.
them
Man.
dictate. They let them
You know, the
dictate.
white people are still dictating with the content. What we see from Oprah is the same thing, man. Tyler Perry, a man dressed like a woman, and we think it's funny. You know, Lee Daniels, everything he got has a homosexual in it. It's serving the white people agenda.
That's when we know that.
You got Star, you got Empire.
That's why I be thinking about my son. When my son be like, well, I know my baby mom be let him just sit in a room while she watch all these black stories and all this, and it just be like my little girl, and I just be like, they do not probably need to be watching that type of stuff.
They don't need to be watching
feel
shows like Empire. You got men
I'm
kissing
saying,
men.
like, for real though.
Even now, 50
I'm
Cent
just
got
saying
in
that
his
shit
show.
really is going
You know what I'm
on.
saying?
Like
Because guess what? If it got us to think that we was gangsters and we was killing
Back
and we was doing all this,
yeah,
so
what has got
the propaganda that they promoting now,
yeah.
oh my
Now
God.
they say you can be a gay gangster now.
What?
But look,
And like every,
What's the name? Well,
There's no
what's
offense
the
to
name?
homosexuals. I have
I'm
nothing
confused
against
about
y'all.
what y'all
I'm
know.
saying that's what's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on.
for real.
oh, I ain't never watched it.
See
I
the
mean,
P
I
Valley,
didn't
you
like
got
watching it.
Yeah.
the show Star just blew my mind. It was too much gay. It was nothing. Nobody straight on the whole show.
I'm telling you.
so with that being said, it's like images being portrayed
Be a gay
on our people, on our people and stuff like that. So tell me this, what y'all? The thing is with y'all just keep digging. You feel me? They be going in. So listen, draw back to Red Redemption. Like where we at in this process?
Well, Red Redemption, you know, it be out next month. Red Redemption, the whole name is Red Redemption, a street manifesto for social change and black empowerment. You know, and like I said, it's just a book that's, you know, is giving you a different perspective of what mainly blood is, because that's the perspective I can speak on. I can't speak on what Crip truly is, because I ain't been there, or GD or anything else. But again, I'm not trying to promote everybody to be blood, because it's positive. But I'm saying if you're going to be blood or anything, it has to be for the upliftment of yourself and your family and your people. It's not to tear down nobody, to beef with nobody, to kill nobody. The book is mainly just giving you a perspective, the true perspective, the only real perspective of what being in an organization truly is and truly should be about. And you know, I just hope that it reached the people I wanted to reach. I wanted to change lives. I wanted to change these kids' mind frames and get them to think more about, you know, what they truly stand on and what they truly want in life for themselves and their future.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay, so next month, good. So we can't wait. We definitely can't wait to purchase that. I want to see, but I just want to see the growth. You know what I'm saying? I'm drawing in. I'm paying attention and things of that nature. And, we're just basically just seeing growth, bro. Like with everybody that we be rocking with, anybody, it's like you just see growth in people, and that should motivate you. You know what I'm saying? To continue going, continue lifting people as you climb and things of that nature. Look, we got this little game we playing, bro. It's called the HTG Killer KJ mystery box, bro. We got Killer over there. Killer, hey, how you doing today?
Hey.
What you been up to?
Quiet, ain't saying nothing.
Like a shot. Go.
Yeah, I was waiting for
You
it.
taking all
Don't take a
this
shot.
You
Don't
been
chilling.
take one shot.
You been
I
taking
did
all
take a
this
shot.
in.
Yeah,
You
we
took
took a shot.
one shot at the beginning. No, it's like you been out here drinking. You ain't even
Before
talking.
the session, everybody take a shot.
Most definitely.
We got us some black history today.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's definitely Black History Month.
I'm proud
Black
of you,
History
bro.
Year.
Though. I'm proud of you, bro. For
Yeah.
real.
I appreciate it, brother.
I seen it though.
Girl, don't do
like,
me, cause I'm
I
about
know I
to be,
used to be.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I
You
mean,
said everybody take a shot.
like, for real though, bro. That's what's up,
So
bro.
go ahead. Everybody take a shot.
I ain't been doing nothing back there Platypus.
What's up, man?
Up in there.
You chopping.
Elevate, man.
Stuff like this, you be
I was out there in
into.
Brazil too, though. I was out there in Yang
Yeah.
Fusion.
Nah, it'd be more. That's how I know you bet that stuff.
So like you gotta be in tune. It's like a vibe, man. I never been to prison. I've went to jail for about 11 hours. I know there's nothing compared. See the thing is,
That's everything.
you know what I'm saying? Like
It ain't nothing. That's
About
everything.
11 hours.
A second is too long.
too long.
I hate when people say, "Well, you did no time. You did 6 months. You ain't do no time." Man, you did
I don't
any
get no
second away from your family, locked in a cell. It's too long. I don't know.
When you went, did you have to dress out or you was in the holding cell?
No, he was in 11 hours.
Yeah,
He was
I was begging them to let me out. I was like, please let me out. I gotta go work tomorrow. It was a holiday too. I was like, but you're gonna have me here for 2 days.
It takes down there 24
11 hours just for you to get right.
I ain't trying to go do no time.
Yeah, no.
I was like, you done been locked up?
Once.
Oh, you had to dress out?
No,
Oh.
I was overnight.
Oh, okay. They let you keep your clothes.
Shots up.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we get took out for not being in that extra second. But yeah, we can get Killer KJ. Woo.
You doing it or you want me to give it to him?
I'm gonna give it to him.
Ow.
It's a mixture of, are you familiar with Never Have I Ever? So it's a couple questions in there just to get in your business a little bit. It's just a little fun. Just to everything.
I'll give it yours.
You gotta go through all of them now.
Yeah, but
It says name 5 things that inspire you. Just knowing I want better for my people. My book inspired me. My kids inspired me. My mother inspired me. How many was it? 4? Four. And just my future inspired me. I dedicated the book to my mother also.
okay.
Just to make her proud.
Yeah. Shout out to Mom Dude. Shout out to Mom Dude. Oh, you
Next.
wait. You we
I put it back in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You got. Wait, hold up. Let's see.
It's just a couple.
Okay, yeah, we'll put it on the table.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get you right through.
Never have I ever been friends on. Oh no, I don't believe in no friends.
Yeah.
No friends on.
You ain't friends on me.
Alright.
We got 2 things we doing.
Hey.
2 things. Relationship with other things. Never have I ever had sex with more than one person at the same night. Do I answer that?
Do you answer it? Yeah.
Oh, you take the shot.
I'm gonna take the shot.
Oh man, you gonna do it? You gonna make him take it? We have the Uber.
He's a gentleman, though. He always been a gentleman, though. He always been a
You
gentleman.
said
Uber outside.
oh, you said Uber. You got Uber.
Most safe driving around here.
Never have I ever had sex in a public place. Yeah, I did that. I did the last one too.
I think a lot of people done did that.
Name 5 past guests from my own podcast. I'm probably gonna name 5. I know Hampton Ave,
1,
Cash Stevens.
2.
I know Aunt and them.
Queso.
If I name his other member, that's 4.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the other one though.
Hey, that's what's
I
up.
got 3.
You what?
I got 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Never have I ever dined and dashed. No, I ain't done that.
Oh, y'all see them people got caught on that camera dining dashing from the Mexican restaurant? All on big, cause they could run out the door. They got away though. It was like about 4 of them. It was about 4 of them. Talking about camera right on their face, everything.
Never have I
It was
ever
in-
paid
I
for
can't
sex.
remember.
What you call paying?
I mean,
I
leave
mean,
a
you
little
take
$4
out these,
on
you
the
paying.
nightstand.
Oh no, I ain't doing that. I'm too broke.
He's like, you take out these, you paying.
Yeah, you paying for sex, you take out these. Same
I
thing.
guess.
Oh, you talking about prostitution type?
No, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying.
Man,
No, that's prostitution, what you just said. Let's put it out on nightstand. That's
we ain't condoning that. We ain't condoning that. We ain't condoning that. Now on the HTG podcast, and anything goes. Can't pay to play, bro. But you gonna pay regardless. Hey, listen. Tell me this, man. Like, okay, you home. What was the easiest transition? Like, what was like the easiest thing for you to do since you came home?
I don't know, everything was
Get
hard.
that sandwich.
Eating is the only thing that was easy, but
Yeah.
I don't know, because it was harder trying to form a relationship with my daughter. My daughter was 1, I got out, she was 12. So, still hard forming a relationship because she feel like, I ain't been there. So I still gotta, I don't know what was the easiest thing.
So you said you got November 2019?
Yeah.
Was before Thanksgiving?
The day before. I
So
can't
how
remember the
describe
day
your
before.
first Thanksgiving?
Well, I stopped celebrating holidays. But no, they actually had a party for me on Thanksgiving the next day. So it was fun. I had my people from Baltimore. I had everybody, my nieces and everybody was there. So it was wonderful. I had fun.
Yeah.
Freedom.
It was
I felt free at that moment. Just having all my people there, I'm like, I'm free for real. Because it didn't feel real the same day.
Yeah.
Because in any second, they're going to be like, nah, we weren't supposed to let you go. Because they do stuff like that, too. They let people go, I ain't supposed to let them go, and they got a warrant out for them. So you be thinking in your mind, that's how institutionalized you be. Like,
Like, what's the name?
I know I was supposed to come
Be
home
like, I
this
hope
day.
I ain't got name. Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I hope
name?
I
They
ain't
call
got
me
no
that.
some one thing. Because you got dudes that been in prison, get out, then all of a sudden get locked up for old warrant. You like, why you ain't bring these up when I was locked up and all that? That's how it be, so.
You want to make sure you were free.
I ain't but I ain't feel free until, my people was there and I was ready to come home.
Are you still getting up early?
Oh, yeah.
That's probably going to be a while. You did that for what, 11, you said 11 years?
Get up early.
Y'all seize today, man. That's how I get up early to seize today, no matter what I do
Yeah,
the night before.
see, I think, I like getting up early. I'm an early person. I like first shift jobs, all that, but, it did come from being in prison and get up early for that meal, because you eating 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I wasn't really eating, because you got, you might, about to take a bite, you got maggots falling off your spoon. So stay away from the prison food.
Try to keep your
You
conversation
got
right.
roaches in it, dead roaches, some in my line. It's serious, man.
That's crazy.
You gotta keep your conversation stacked, man.
I hate people that be going to prison for for things, but I like to hear the prison stories.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I
Just
mean,
to
I
hear
guess.
like what happened, why you
It's
went,
serious,
what you
man.
went through.
See, people try to downplay it on, you see dudes like in prison with phones and saying, oh yeah, we balling, we doing it. That's just a couple minutes of fame because they want people to think a certain way. It's just like broke people go to Miami, come back trying to figure out, dang, how I'm going to pay these bills. Same thing they do in prison. They get online, they act like they balling, and when the reality setting in, they knock down, they beating on the door, crying about the shower, crying about maggots in the food. It's not what they try to make it seem like it is. Prison is not a cakewalk. It's not fun. It's terrible.
So tell me this is my last question for you. So how do you feel about them monetizing? Okay, they already making money out the prisons, right, and things like that. But actually monetizing the prisons, like it's a prison podcast, you have these shows where they interview people. Yeah, like where this girl put me on. It's like a prison. I don't know the name of it. It's a prison podcast where I think they in the feds and they got this guy, a couple people. They just talk about stories.
They're
from the
making
prison.
money off the prison in all kind of ways.
Yeah,
Well, 60 days in.
yeah, you know things of that.
Orange
You know
is
what
the
I'm
New
saying?
Black. You
Yeah.
got fake prison movies and shows and stuff.
That was my.
I hate
don't know
it.
what happened that show. I don't know what
You
happened
hate
that
it,
show.
I hate it
'Cause why is
because
that
it don't
working?
really show you the true things that's going on in prison. In prison, $1 trillion industry, you gotta understand that. It's the main money maker in the whole United States. You realize the United States got more prisons than
Prisons than-
anywhere in the world, but the least amount of crime. How does that work? People don't know that.
That's facts.
But see, they exploiting us though. But we, and to a certain degree, we're allowing it. That's why I say the book is necessary. We gotta keep these kids from being banging by killing and robbing and selling drugs. We gotta keep them from doing that and fall into a trap that's set for them. When I killed this man, I fell into a trap that was set for me. You know, I fell into that. You know, one person get his life taken, the other person, they were hoping I got mine taken from being killed in prison or just being so institutionalized, so
Right.
that I stayed coming back. I stayed coming back. That's what they want. That's what they want. So, you know, and that's why the $1 trillion industry, because it's a revolving door. So that's why I felt like we gotta stop, you know, allowing them to put us in those cages. You know? We gotta grow up. We gotta go out of thinking being the real gangsters is the Black Panthers, the Malcolm X one. They were the real gangsters.
Right.
The real gangsters were Nat Turner and them.
Right.
They gangsters.
Right.
They killed because they had to, or they was willing to die for what they
Their
stood
people.
for their people, not just
Morals.
themselves. Malcolm X didn't die because because he worried about himself. He
It was a
died
morality
because he worried
issue.
about
Morality.
everybody.
Yeah. Moral.
Martin Luther King, Nat Turner. Nat Turner could have just that was what he was going through and not said nothing, not did nothing. Harriet Tubman, everybody, all these people who stood up, Harriet Tubman escaped with freedom and went back and got people constantly. Come on. Who would really do that? People who really love themselves and love the people who look like that.
Warriors.
So, yeah, warriors. That's what
Warriors.
I wanted these kids to see, that the real gangsters is those type of people. They real gangsters. They the ones that I look at and say, now that's what we need more of now.
In a sense, that's what you're trying to do with the book, and actually being a mentor, you're trying to reach back and save somebody else.
Save them.
Yeah.
If I can save one person, I did my job. Cause I can't. Somebody told me, why should I kill about everybody? I can't save the world. Tupac said, man, I can't save the world, but I can spark the brain that can save the world.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do is save one person, that can save one person, that can save one person. And the cycle continues till we save the world. You know, that's all I want to do.
Most definitely.
Let me ask you this. How would you feel about Harriet Tubman superhero comic book? That sounds good. Though.
It would be good, but who gonna be in control of it? Because if the
I'm
white
just
people
saying
in
somebody
control,
black
they're
on.
gonna
I'm just
explode.
throwing the idea out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You feel me? Just
There'll be
for
one.
like,
See, that's what we need.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But we gotta understand that most of them comic books come from Hercules
Anyway.
is the black man.
Mhm.
Yeah, Hercules is the black man. The Black Panther, actually, Black Panther been out since the 60s or 50s. They had a comic book, Black Panther. That's why the comic book tried to sue the Black Panthers for coming up with their same name.
Mhm.
But they couldn't sue them because they used a cat and not the image that was in the comic book.
Mhm.
So they say, well, it's the same name. You don't own the name. Now you might own the image, but they using a black cat, a real Black Panther. So that's why they couldn't sue him. But yeah, so we just gotta own any superhero we come out with. Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner,
Yeah,
Malcolm X.
ownership.
Yeah, we gotta really own it and really be authentic with it. That's what I want to see. I want to see authentic Harriet Tubman comic. You know?
But if you want me to say what, like, with these days, I feel like this, like the black people, I mean, put it like this, they gonna make money off us regardless, right? You know what I'm saying? But they see that, like, we as a people are starting to support more. You know what I'm saying? And I think we always support it, it's just now we can see it because we have social media.
Exactly.
So I think black people always supported each other. I mean, we always can go left all the time, but you gonna support. But now you can actually see it because it's broadcasted to you through social media. Like, you choose who you gonna follow, they choose who they gonna follow. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't control it, but you have some say so with it. You feel
But
me?
see, we gotta be focused more on the content.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people gonna catch on if that's all they got to see. Don't never bend and fold. Don't never, try to do certain things for money. When we stay authentic, we'll capture the people and get the money later. The money gonna come later. First, say not all white people, but
In general, we just
in
throwing it out
general.
there.
Don't think I'm racist, because black people can't be racist.
We the original people.
Our racism don't hold no power.
Yeah. We
You
the.
doing your job, you got that goddamn breaking and shit. Damn, took about 12 braids.
I ain't even gonna say nothing though. I say we just chilling.
Damn.
The vibe, man. Listen. Hey, first of all, bro.
Oh, me, ain't it?
They own it. Hey, bro, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming, bro. I got your official HTG thing, bro.
Hey, I appreciate y'all,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? Hey,
Thank
bro.
y'all for having me.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Hey, we got you a shot glass too, bro. You just
Okay. I need this.
Yeah, most definitely, man. We want to tell you
Hey,
thank you
I
for coming.
appreciate y'all,
Thank you for
man.
sharing your story. Matter of fact,
know.
when the book dropped, bro, when it dropped next month, come back. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was gonna ask y'all.
Yeah.
Come back.
Let's
I'm gonna
set.
have a physical copy in hand. I'm gonna give all y'all one.
That's
Yeah,
love. That's love.
You
That's
read
love.
it. Wait. You ready to
Let's
read
spread
it.
their word.
Hey, yeah, man. Hey, I'm tell you like this. Like, we'll talk off camera, but listen. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go around, man. Everybody gonna tell everybody where they can find them at. That's when we're gonna start with all our co-hosts, and then we're gonna come back to you, but let them know where you can find you there, and then we can get up out of here. You feel me?
Gorgeously Red. You can find me on Instagram _Gorgeously Red. Double D. You can find me on Snapchat STARR. Don't do Facebook. No face, no case.
Maybe tripping, bro.
You can find me on Instagram at _KAE_JAYY.
You can find me on Facebook at Cash Out Keys, Instagram Cash Out _Q74, and Snapchat Cash First always.
Alright, Silent Assassins, find them at Silent Assassin Media. Hey, bro, you can tell everybody where they can find you at.
Davon Mungu on Facebook, IG Davon Mungu also. I don't have any Snapchat.
Hey, no
I'm a little
Snapchat.
old. I ain't been out here. I don't have none of the other stuff. But, yeah. Instagram and Facebook, Davon Mungu.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all go follow him, man. Y'all follow up on the story too, man.
Make
Hey,
sure
listen.
y'all get the book, Way of Redemption, a street manifesto for social change and black empowerment.
Definitely.
Most definitely, man. It's SB High Star Instagram, SB High Star Facebook, SB Vision Facebook, HTG Podcast, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure y'all go listen to their audio. You feel me, on Google, Spotify, what else we got? Apple, Stitcher.
Google. You gotta say Google?
Yeah, Google.
Always on YouTube.
Always on YouTube.
Definitely.
Make sure you like and subscribe. HTG Podcast, Instagram, Facebook.